Hello everyone. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Um, let's give a couple of minutes. Hopefully we get more people here on YouTube. YouTube is the main platform where we typically stream. All right, let's just hold on a couple of seconds and then we'll get started. Let me add my lights in. All right, let's just hold on. I'm sorry for connecting a few minutes late. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the tech stuff. So let's hold on a couple of seconds here. Hopefully, we get more people and then we can get started. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm hoping to get more people here on YouTube, TikTok. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you can hear me, please leave it in the comment section. Just say hi, or you say something nice. If you can hear me, please signal in the comment section. I would like to know if you can hear me, please. Let me know if you can hear me. I see a few people on TikTok, YouTube. I would like to know if you can hear me so that I can get started. All right. Thank you so much for confirming. Thank you. Hi, everyone. First of all, I want to apologize for the short notice. So this live was actually planned earlier, but we just didn't get the chance to set it up, earlier. So the invite finally went out yesterday, and I appreciate you all for quickly turning in. So thank you so very much. Today is going to be one of those unique days where we will not be focusing so much on Scrum Masters as usual. It's going to be more of it's going to be great. I know that usually humans are structured to not associate value to free stuff. But what I want to tell you today is that what we will be learning here today is what I spent thousands of dollars to get it. And just because I'm bringing it here for free, I want to ask that you really, 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 appreciate it and associate some value to it. And which is why, for that reason, after this live show, we will put it only for our YouTube membership. So if you're not a member of our YouTube channel, if you've not joined our membership, or if you've not subscribed to our membership, you will no longer be able to have access after this live ends. So if you can quickly share with your friends, your family, so that they can benefit live, that will be amazing. For those who don't know me, my name is Karen Fomafung, commonly known as your Agile Evangelist, and I am a professional Agile coach. I am a trainer. I'm a mentor. I focus on enabling people, organizations to succeed with their Agile aspirations. My passion really lies around the minority community, where I empower people to really just believe in themselves, believe that they can be more, and through agility, they are living their dreams, which I'm very grateful for. So today, I'm here to bring to you the knowledge on how you can not only remain as a Scrum Master, which is what most of the people have achieved, being Scrum Masters in different levels. I would like to also help you understand that there can be more. You can be more. You can definitely be more if you put your mind to it. So I want to show you how to be more than what you are today, using my own real life experience, sharing with you my own path on how I became an Agile coach. So our topic for today is how to become an Agile coach in 2024. We all will agree that this 2023 turned out to not be very pleasant as we would have really loved to. However, just the same way we have enjoyed the other years is the same way I'm asking that even with the recession, with what people call the hard times, let us also move through these hard times with grace, looking forward to what the future holds. And you cannot just stay and looking forward to what the future holds, thinking that it will work out by magic. It's not going to work out by magic. You would need to be intentional. You would need to take steps to ensure that the future is secure. I'm talking about 2024. So, what is your vision for 2024? Have you been contemplating about career aspiration in the agile space? Have you been contemplating around career progression in the agile space? If you've been thinking and you're not even sure if it's even possible to be more than what you already are, maybe a Scrum Master 1, Scrum Master 2, Senior Scrum Master, whatever you are, maybe a release train engineer, maybe a product owner, and you've just been thinking, so what next? What next from here? So I'm really here today to show us what next, using my own real life experience on how I've been able to get where I am today as a professional agile coach, trainer, and a mentor. Without further ado, let us deep dive. In the past, through being Agile Consulting, which I am fortunate enough to be the founder, we've helped thousands of people. Some through our structured mentoring training program, some through our social media activities to, find their spot in the Agile space. Mostly as Scrum Masters, as Agile project managers, as release train engineers, as program managers, as Agile program managers. But I would like us to not only remain there, especially those that have achieved their Agile spot through being Agile, through our online activities, through our paid program. I would like us to keep moving forward. I wouldn't like us to just be too comfortable where we are. I mean, we all know the reality in the Agile space this year, like I said earlier. With all the layoffs, all of these things going on in the tech space, you also want to keep refining your skills. You also want to keep staying up to date with what is going on in the space so that you don't become irrelevant. That's what I wouldn't want anybody that has passed through being Agile or has been influenced by being Agile activities to become irrelevant. No, you see. So how do you become an Agile coach? I have structured what we'll be sharing here today, and I hope that you can find your pen and your paper. Please click the like button. It really helps us, it helps the algorithm to help people see more of our videos so that, our views can increase, so that we can reach more people. Like and please share. First of all, I would like to first define who an Agile coach is. So who do you consider to be an Agile coach? And I don't want to stay here being the only one talking. Also, use the comment section and drop your thoughts on who you think an Agile coach is. It's going to be a collaborative live session here. In my own opinion, I would like to see your context, please. In my own opinion, an Agile coach is that person that is skilled with enabling people, organizations to adopt business agility successfully. That's who an Agile coach is. Again, hello, Sonhashu Shamar. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being our YouTube member. We appreciate that. So, like I said, an Agile coach is that person that is skilled in enabling people and organizations to successfully adopt the Agile culture. It's what we call business agility. Here, I'm not talking about some Scrum framework. I'm not talking about some Kanban. It's very important that you understand this. Your role is to enable people to adopt the agile culture. And when I'm talking about the agile culture, I'm talking about the way of thinking, the behavior. You're enabling people to adopt a behavior, to first of all see people as people. You're enabling people and organizations to adopt the behavior of um, flexibility, to be flexible, to adapt, to quickly adapt to customers' changing needs. You're enabling people to be able to deliver faster quality value to their customers in small badges, but it all starts from the way of thinking, which is what we call the culture, which has been nicely packaged as business agility. That is who an agile coach is. And I see agile coaching from two different dimensions. We have what we call the team coach. We also have the organizational coach. So for the team coach is what most of us are already doing as what we call Scrum Masters. Regardless of the level of Scrum Mastering that you're doing, you are a team coach. You are an agile coach at the team level. And then the second level of coaching is what I call the organizational coach. You coach at the organizational level. According to Scrum Alliance, they call it the enterprise coach, enterprise agile coach. So our focus for today is going to be on the enterprise agile coach. How can you become an enterprise agile coach? It's what we commonly call an agile coach. How can you become that? That's our focus for today. For you to successfully become an agile coach, the first thing that I would like you to know is that there are some competencies that you need to first recognize, that you need to have for you to become a successful agile coach. And let me tell you, it is extremely dangerous to hire the cut and nail coach in your space, or to bring in a cut and nail coach in your space, because that coach is going to cause more harm than good. And the role of an agile coach is not even cheap. So by the end of this video, we will wrap it up by talking about the compensation, the financial compensation that comes with being an agile coach. So which is why you have to stay tuned. Yes, please. So that's true. Please. No, Son Hanshu. For me, pronouncing people's name correctly is extremely important. So if I pronounce your name wrongly, please forgive me and correct me. So Son Hanshu, yes, please feel free to drop your question. Drop any question you may have. I would definitely reserve some time to take questions. I don't want to make the video too long. I plan to keep the video very, very short and sweet, and then I would leave like half of the time for questions. So yeah, so like I was saying, it's extremely dangerous to bring in a coach that don't know what they are doing, because first of all, it's not cheap, and then second of all, that's your organization. That is a whole organization, and we do not want one person to mislead the rest of the organization. So I am going to start by helping us first understand what these competencies are that I'm saying, that for you to even get into this space, you need to recognize that there are some competencies that you have to have, that you have to build, right? And then from there, once you recognize that, and then you can now make up your mind if you want to, if agile coaching, or becoming an agile coach is what you really want to do. Okay, so I want to quickly share my screen here. I'm going to quickly share my screen and show us something. This is just an excerpt from our coaching program here. All right, let me share this. Okay. This is the first time I'm actually sharing my screen on this streaming platform. Please confirm if you can see my screen. You can see a blue slide on my screen. Please confirm. I'd like someone to confirm if you can see a blue slide on my screen. All right, Sonhanshu. Yes, so thank you so much for correcting me. I'd like someone to confirm, please, before I proceed, because I think I can see it. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so these are the competencies for our TikTok. I'm sorry, we're going to share a replay after that because I cannot share my screen on TikTok. So these are the competencies that as an Agile coach, you have to first recognize that you need to build for you to be successful. Thank you so much, Julius. I appreciate that. The first one is Agile Lean Practitioner. What that means is that you have to open your mind to be ready to live and breathe agility from a mindset. That's what I'm talking about. That's it. Because you cannot be influencing people to be something that you're not. So it starts from you. That's the first thing. You need to be ready to live and breathe agility in the way you think, the way you treat people, the way you do work. All of those, you need to first be it. The second competency area is what I call the content area. And for the content area, it involves teaching and mentoring. So for me, all these 8 competencies is non-negotiable. It's known. Hi, Esther. Thank you so much. It's non-negotiable. Teaching, you have to be comfortable with teaching. So I'm not saying that you have to already know how to teach because we learn every day. But first of all, you need to recognize that for you to be a good coach, you need to be comfortable with teaching. You need to be comfortable with mentoring. And teaching would mean that knowledge transfer. It means you're transferring knowledge to help people to help people understand the concept. And then mentoring, it means that you're helping people through with advice based on your experience in the space. So this is to say that if you don't have the experience, you cannot mentor nobody. What are you going to use to mentor? You see, so that's really what mentoring is about. The third area is what I call process area. So with the process, we've talked about the value, the principles and value area. We've talked about the content area. Now I want to also touch on the process area. With the process area, you will need to recognize that you need to be good with professional coaching and facilitation. And what is professional coaching? Professional coaching is your ability to help people uncover the problem and then guide them towards solutioning for themselves, which means that you are not the one giving the solution. You are guiding them towards them discovering the solution for themselves. That's what we call empowering the teams, empowering people. You're not spoon feeding people. For those that are part of our Being Agile community, they know that I say this all the time. And sometimes it annoys people. It annoys some people that I usually say we don't babysit. We don't. Because we are really there to help people to build people in a way that they will be sustainable. You see, so we are not spoon feeding people. We are there to teach you how to catch fish, not to give you fish. So sometimes I say, no, we don't babysit here. Some people get so mad at me. Anyway, so yes, that is professional coaching for you. Professional coaching is your ability to empower people without authority to uncover their own problems and then guiding them towards solutioning for themselves. And with a technique that we call powerful questioning technique. That's the most common technique that we use in coaching. And then the second one is facilitation. So with facilitation is more of you helping people to get the most out of any meeting. You see, out of any gathering. You're there to help people get the most out of that session using time boxing technique, using your ability to stay neutral and all of that. Yeah. So that is facilitation. Facilitation is really you being neutral, and then just, yeah, like I said, helping people to get the most out of any events they are holding. Now, the last but not the least area is what I call the domain area. All those three is a domain mastery area, which involves the technical mastery. So technical mastery would mean, I'm not saying that you need to go understand full blown how to code and how to do all of that. Mabel, I've seen this Collins standard until now. I know it's Mabel. Anytime I see Collins, I know it's Mabel. I miss you, Mabel. So Mabel used to be one of my previous students. She is still my mentee, and I really love her because she's a go-getter. So thank you for joining, Mabel. Yeah, so technical mastery, it doesn't really, like I said, it doesn't mean that you need to go understand the nitty-gritty of coding, but you need to be able to understand the process of the SDLC. You need to be able to understand automation in the agile space or in the software development space. You need to be able to understand, just know how to speak around automation, understand what team members are doing. You need to be able to understand things like continuous delivery and continuous integration, all those kind of things. DevOps, you need to just understand how team members move, or the development process move through the SDLC, including the automation stuff, and then all the CI/CD and DevOps. And then you need to understand the business mastery, is what I call the business acumen. Do you understand that? You need to understand what the business is about. You need to understand what is their goal. You need to understand where they are going, the direction they want to take. You need to understand what is it that they are even selling here. Transformation mastery as well. So all of these three is what I categorize under the domain mastery. So these skills are the skills that you need to first acknowledge that you have to master for you to even, want to venture into this space. Now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Once you have understood, right, that this is the skills that you have to master for you to be able to move forward, the next thing that you want to do is, that's what I did. If you're already working in a space, right, regardless of the role, but especially if you're already working as a Scrum Master, if you're already working as a project manager, or if you have any kind of, especially in the corporate space, and it doesn't really necessarily have to be in the corporate space, but let me just focus on these few roles: Scrum Master, project manager, a technical program manager, product owner, release train engineer, and in your mind, you think that you want to venture into coaching. I think you are in a great spot to actually succeed. So what I did, being a Scrum Master, and then I realized I really love this code, the whole idea, the whole culture of coaching. That's a behavior. See, I constantly talk about the culture because that is what coaching is about. That is what it's about. The behavior. That's what you are really advocating for. What I did was I started looking for opportunities inside my organization to explore, to test out my skills and build my skills. Just try out if this is what I really want to do. There'll be times when I used to work for one medical device company, and then I would travel to another area within the organization. I would travel to another area just to volunteer my time to be a part of an agile team. Imagine, because I knew what I wanted. I was very intentional. Sometimes I would come back home at 9 p.m. and I'm normally supposed to close at 3. I'll come back home at 9 p.m. because I had to go volunteer all that extra hours and nobody was paying me for that. But because I was very intentional. So that is how I was able to get exposure, to these different teams, and just sometimes volunteer my time and just coach them. It wasn't great, but at least I was getting the feel of it. And that is how I started, getting my hands wet on the field. And once, with all of that experience, touching it here and there, I was certain that, yeah, this is really good. This is what I want to do. I can be great at this. You already think I am, which I'm very humble for that. But that is how I got my hands really wet and dirty. And after that, now being a Scrum Master, now you already get the feel of it. The next thing that I did was I have to go validate my understanding of the concept because I already had experience as a Scrum Master. So I wanted to really validate my understanding of the concept. Please pay attention to this. And this is a mistake most of us make in this space, and which is why we end up with half-baked agile practitioners, and which is why now I'm not sure you're hearing this from me for the first time. The narrative out there is agile doesn't work. I don't blame the organizations. I don't. I blame us for not setting a clear roadmap for career progression, for continuous learning and continuous development. I blame us in the agile space, why organizations are now thinking that agile doesn't work. This year, 2023, we all would acknowledge, let's just face the truth. We all will acknowledge that there have been a lot of layoffs in the tech space, and a lot of agile practitioners have been impacted by that because these organizations, they think they are not seeing the value for their money. Why? It's all coming from a place of half-baked agile practitioners in the field. I'm not validating myself as a full-baked either. I'm not really. So don't get me wrong. But the point I'm trying to make is that for us to even change the narrative or look forward to a brighter future, we need to first acknowledge this fact. That's it. I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What are you experiencing in your field? I would like to hear your thoughts. What are you really experiencing based on what I just said? So the point I'm trying to make now is that once you have, get the feel of what you want, you go validate your understanding of the concept through a certification program. Now, the mistake that people make is that they first hear about coaching or Scrum Mastering. The next thing, they jump into a 2-day certification. And then after they get that 2-day certification, they start calling themselves an Agile Coach, a Scrum Master. You start seeing flyers flying all over the place, even putting people together to coach them on what they themselves don't understand. This thing only comes with experience. I just cannot, this is the most honest and serious I can be. It comes with experience. There's no way that you can say you're an Agile Coach if you don't have some sort of experience. There's no way. The 2 days class doesn't make you a coach. It's extremely important. It has its own, it's a piece of the puzzle as I'm unpackaging it. You see, this is where it comes. It's only a piece of the puzzle. So you're taking that 2-day certification class to do what? To validate your understanding of the concept. That's what you're doing. You're not taking it to say that, yes, you are now ripe to coach. So I'm trying to help us change our mindset, change our narrative, and let us not be driven by money. No, let us be driven by the value that we will show, that we are showing. I hope you're following. You see, so now after you've taken that your 2 days, I think Agile Coach's certification is 3 days, I believe so. After you've gone for the 3 days certification program, right? And then I think you don't even take an exam. That's the funny thing. You don't even take an exam. You actually go through the course, and then I think you have a whole an assessment, not an exam. It's just like you need to put some contents together. What I'm saying is that they don't mark it as pass or fail. They don't do that. They give you early certification as long as you spend all the hours in that class. You earn that certification. So you see why it's very dangerous for clients. It's dangerous for clients, really. When we find ourselves in this space and we call ourselves Agile Coaches, when we just have some 2-day certification, it's extremely dangerous. So yeah, after you have taken your certification, what's next for you? The very next thing is you go for mentoring. You know that ever since we started showing up on this YouTube, it has always been about mentoring and coaching. This is because I know what mentorship has done for me. I know what mentorship has done to the people that I have been fortunate to help or have been privileged to help. And sometimes it's really not about getting some job. It's really about building you as a person, changing your mindset. There are so many people that has passed through being Agile program, especially the level 2 program, even our Agile Coaches mentoring program. They came to that program not because they want to go get some job. Some even came to the program because they want to get a job. They end up not getting the job, but they are extremely grateful because of what the program has helped them be able to see. The program, it builds you, it changes your mindset. You're able to see things from a whole different perspective. And you're able to, the confidence that you come out with is immeasurable. Really. So I would like us to see the job as a bonus on who we have become because of Agile. This Thanksgiving at work, we usually do what we call kudos, at work. So as we were looking forward to Thanksgiving, our manager said, okay, let's go to our team's chat and drop our kudos in the team chat. What I wrote in there was, I am grateful. I was writing everything I was grateful for my family. Most especially, I'm grateful for agility. Why? Because agility has really helped me make my life so much better, so much simplified. I don't take anything so serious like it's the end of the world. Just finding pleasure in empowering people to uncover their full potential is the true meaning of fulfillment. And just being able to use the Agile mindset to run my family is the true meaning of fulfillment. So that was what I was grateful for. You see, so I'm only sharing this so that we can understand the meaning of mentorship. So if you don't have an Agile mentor, it mustn't necessarily be me. It mustn't necessarily be being Agile. Yes, Adeyemi, thank you so much for providing all the guidance. You see, it may be any other person, but mentorship is a must. It's non-negotiable if you want to succeed as an Agile coach. After you have that 2-day certification, that is only like 1% of the journey. I won't lie to you. And then the rest is in mentorship. Through mentorship, that is where you'll be able to deepen your skill set. Because you need some skill set to be able to be competent in all the 8 areas I just showed you, which I will quickly dive into the skill set right now. So for one more time, I'm going to share my screen here, and then I'm going to be showing you the skill set that you need in order to be a successful or to successfully deliver in the competency areas that I just showed us. Let me show you this. So this is it right here. There are 7 skill set that you need to have to be a successful Agile coach. 7 leadership. 7 leadership is your ability to influence people without authority, leading by example. That's 7 leadership. Role model. That's what I said, leading by example. It's not about telling people what to do. It's about you living it. I'm going to give one simple example. Even in let me just use being Agile. During our coaching sessions, our live sessions, training or coaching sessions, I usually encourage people to be on camera. At the same time, you cannot force people to be on camera if they really don't want to be. But just because no one will be on camera, it never stops me from being that only person on camera, even if I'm uncomfortable doing that. Do you know how uncomfortable and weird it is to be on camera all by yourself when you have so many people there with you in a meeting, in a Zoom meeting? It's so uncomfortable. But I still always do it because I want to lead by example. I want to be the role model. I don't want to switch my own camera and then tell them, guys, you have to be on camera. That's how we build relationship virtually. That's how we do. No. I just be. And because people always see me on camera now, they are motivated to also be on camera. That's what that means. Mindset is the next one. So with mindset, you need to be ready to transform your mindset, keep an open mind. And for you to keep an open mind, you have to be intentional about it. So coaching starts with you. That's what this means. Self-awareness and self-management. There are times when you will get temptations, all kind of temptations, where you will be so frustrated, but you need to be skilled in being able to be self-aware and manage your own self, manage your emotions, manage all these things before you can even guide people to manage their own self-awareness and manage their own self. You see, sometimes people will tempt you so bad to a point where you would want to react, but you need to master the skill. It's not easy. Really, it's not easy, because even me, I still struggle with that. I still do. But I'm saying that these are the skills that you need to have to successfully be competent in the 8 competency areas I just showed us. Powerful questioning. I talked about powerful questioning earlier. For you to succeed as a coach, to help people uncover their full potential or uncover their problems and then solution, you need to know how to ask powerful questions. Active listening. Active listening simply means that you need to master the skills of not listening with your ear, but you're listening with your heart. You see, there are many times when, I can be talking to maybe my siblings or my family, and they are just jumping to respond back to me. I'm like, you're not even hearing me. Because if you were hearing me, you would not already have what to tell me. You see? So you're listening to truly understand is what we call the 3rd degree listening skills. For those that are part of our mentoring program, they know this. They all should know this, because that's a big part of what I sing every day as a song. So you're listening to not judge. You're listening to not solution, to not give an answer. You're listening to truly just get into that person's shoe and understand what that person is trying to communicate and feel it. So you're listening with your heart and not your ear. You see, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence simply means that pick your battles wisely. Pick and choose your battles. It's not every battle that you want to fight. No. You just have to be able to be emotional, apply emotional intelligence as a coach. So these are the skill areas that you need to master for you to be competent in the competency areas, the 8 competency areas that I just showed us. And all of these skills can only come with mentorship. So you need to find a mentor. So as you find a mentor, I'm going to stop sharing right now. As you find a mentor, please go ahead and share. Keep sharing. It's very important. It's very motivating when you share. Share this. And like I said, after this life is over, you will not be able to come back and watch this again if you are not a member of our YouTube channel, if you've not subscribed to our membership plan yet. Because this information, to be honest with you, is gold. But I chose to bring it here for free. And humans don't associate value to free. You see. So, which is why I want to be sure that you are seeing it as value, and which is why we will only grant access to those that are our YouTube channel members. Before I move any further, which I'll be wrapping up, I have just 2 more points to talk about, and then I will leave the last 10 minutes for questions. I just want to say that if, everything I have exposed here today resonates with you, and you really want to be a good Agile coach, we have our Agile Coaches mentoring program. The slides that I just showed you guys is really a slide from our program. And through that program, we cover the theory part. So you see the thing that you go get in the 2-day certification program where you pay, I think if the list price is about $2,000 for that 2-day certification, I believe so. We cover the theory because that's what they do there, the theory. And then we also mentor you to have the skills. So you actually be a part of a project as a coach, you see. So you coach, through the program, and it's a whole 2 months program. And you end up with a certification of completion, and you come out with a whole different mindset. It's all about the behavior, really. We are not there to do some Scrum, to do some Kanban. No, we are there for Agile coaching. So if this resonates with you and you would want to become a professional Agile coach like me, please make sure that you visit our website. The very first comment on the chart here is the link to our website or beingagileconsulting.com. Just go to our website and learn more about our Agile Coaches Mentoring Program. Send us an email, send us a text on WhatsApp or directly, and we'll be more than happy to help guide you. So we have an upcoming class this December. Yes, we have an upcoming class this December. So please look out for it. Without further ado, yes, so now I've talked about mentorship where you're receiving mentorship. On the other hand, for you to really be able to express all the skills that you have built, you have to be able to mentor other people. Look for opportunities to mentor other people. You can start with your family. You can start with those at your workplace. Mentor them. Sometimes we see leaders in the organization who doesn't have the title Agile Coach, but yet they are so good with the Agile mindset because of the way their role is structured. They have to be mentors to their direct reports. They have to be coaches to their direct reports, you see. So now transitioning into the Agile coaching space will even be more easier for people like that. So our Agile Coaches Mentoring Program is designed for people who have some sort of experience in any leadership role, starting from a Scrum Master, release train engineer, product owner, project manager, program manager, yes, all of that, director of whatever, all of that. You can actually become an Agile coach if you have actually held any of these positions. The Agile Coaches Mentoring Program is not for people that are completely blank. Who have never had any hands-on experience in the Agile space or in any corporate space or in any leadership role. It mustn't be a corporate space, even in medicals, nursing, nurse. If you are a nurse working in an office as a nurse, yes, you should have some leadership experience. So yeah, that is the people that will really succeed, with our program. Yeah. Now, like I said, you should be able to look for opportunities to mentor people, right? After that, the next thing is you want to look for opportunity to continuously learn and improve. That is the beauty in this space. The learning never ends, which is why you see we have been consistent here on this Being Agile YouTube space for over getting to 4 years now. We've been consistent. There's never been a week where we don't show up and show out, either through posting a video or coming live, because we understand the importance of continuous learning and improvement. It's a way of me to keep my skills alive. It's a way for me to continuously impact my community to ensure that you are keeping your own skills and learning alive. You see, so look for communities of people that are like-minded, like you. You see, people that are going to the same direction as you. You partner with them so that together you all are moving forward. And again, when I said that you have some hands-on experience, if you've also passed through a Scrum Master mentoring program, especially because I can only speak about Being Agile program because that's the one I know. If you've passed through Being Agile level 2 mentoring program, and you know that you are actively participating, you definitely have the skills that you need already to be able to pivot into Agile coaching. Really. Adeyemi, speaking there, can attest to that. Adeyemi used to be one of our fantastic, I'm not trying to make his head swell, but to be honest with you, Adeyemi used to be he is one of my best mentees ever. I really still appreciate him. I love people that are intentional about what they want. I just love people like that. And he happens to be one of those people. So he passed through our program a long while ago. And right now, he's a proud leader in the Agile space, which I'm very proud of. So yeah, so if you pass through our level 2 mentoring program, yes, you are eligible to take our Agile Coaches mentoring program. You see, so continuous learning, look for a safe community. There are so many communities out there. Right here, this is a community, Being Agile community on YouTube. We are also on LinkedIn. We are also on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, still as Being Agile Consulting. Look us up and feel free to subscribe and join our community. You also can join Agile Alliance. There are so many activities that you can participate. We have a space in the Agile Alliance community as Alliance for African Agile Practitioners. So if you go to, but you have to be a member. You have to be a member before you can benefit. So if you go to Agile Alliance website and then look through their communities, you will see a community there, Alliance for African Agile Practitioners. Alliance for Cameroonian Agile Practitioners, though. I am actually the founder of that community on Agile Alliance. So feel free to subscribe to it. It should take you to our Slack channel. It's actually a new community that we just started. I just don't only want to limit the community to internal Being Agile consulting members, because this is a whole other thing. This one is completely free. It's a community where we just want to partner together, not just me talking. I would want us to come together from time to time, organize events, and just impact the community, impact the space. So please feel free to check it out, Agile Alliance. And then you can also join Scrum Alliance. I'm just giving recommendations right here. Scrum Alliance also, it's a great community that you can join. Which other one I can think of? Women in Agile. Women in Agile also is a fantastic community. Just a few weeks ago, we launched the Women in Agile Cameroon local group, which is a child under the Global Women in Agile community. And it was amazing. So there are so many different communities you can join. But if you want to become a member of our internal Being Agile community, you must have passed through at least one of our programs to become a member of our internal Being Agile community. So yes, you need that space. You cannot do this alone. You cannot do this by yourself. There are times when I would post on the Being Agile community to ask questions. And all the people in the community are the same people that I mentor. You see, which means that they have experience that I don't have, because they've been in different spaces that I've not been at. So I post in there to ask them questions too, to learn. You cannot do this as an island. That's what I'm trying to say. Now that we've talked about all the nitty-gritty, so that's really the process if you really want to succeed as an Agile coach. And then after you do that, then you can, so at the level of you taking the mentorship program, going through a structured mentorship program, then you can now start building your resume and putting it out there. There are so many Agile coaching positions. Actually, these days I'm beginning to see so many Agile coaching positions out there, even way more than Scrum Masters. Really, check on LinkedIn to validate what I just said. I now see a lot of Agile coaching positions, really. So how are you preparing your 2024? How? So start putting the resumes out there, go for those interviews. You're not losing anything going for an interview. You're either winning or you're learning. You're either winning by getting the job or you're learning by getting the experience through that interview. You see? So at the end of the day, you have nothing to lose. Start putting the resumes out there and let's start getting those calls and let's go. I mean, it gets lonely at the top. I don't want to be the only person up there. I need us. My minority community. I need us to be empowered. I need us to get there. I need us to also take our own space on the table. I need us to do that. This is a revolutionary movement. So, I mean, it's just what I'm called to do. You see? So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. So now let's quickly talk about the financials. As a Scrum Master, the average pay of a Scrum Master is typically, I usually tell people, if they're giving you anything below $100,000, then they're cheating you. But for this 2023, I even see Scrum Master roles for 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, and people I still see almost 2,000 applications for roles like that. You see, so the market, based on the inflation and the recession that has happened, they've really cut back salaries and stuff. And then for Agile coaching, before 2023, the average pay for Agile coaches were ranging around 160,000 to say 270,000, really depending on the level of coaching, because there are different levels of coaching as well. You can be a vice president, you can be a president, you can be a director of coaching, all of that. As directors, though, I see the salary ranging between 300,000 to 320,000. I've seen that. I will not mention the name of the organization, but yes, I've seen that. You see, and I don't want to mention my own pay. I don't want to mention that, but yeah. So that was really before this whole recession that we're really feeling in this 2023. But now I see the average pay for agile coaches is around 160,000 to around 250,000. That's the range. You see, so it's still awesome. It is still really great. But know this, if you are not able to show your value, that's the new normal now in this space. If you're not able to show the value, then you will lose the offer. You will lose that opportunity, honey. You will lose it. So we don't want that. That is why I'm here to guide you so that we are doing it right. Don't end up being the victim of ignorance. You see. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So you can see there's like a 50,000 increase if you are already a Scrum Master or a project manager. If you're already one of those roles, even a program manager, being an Agile coach can increase your compensation to like 50,000 per year. Dollars, I'm talking about dollars. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, to be honest. Yeah. Hi, Nate. Natalie, I know it's you. Hi, Natalie. Hi, beautiful. Awesome. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to be in this thing by myself. I want to be able to bounce ideas around in my own minority community. I mean, I love you all, but at the same time, I want to be able to bounce ideas around in my own minority community. I don't want to be the only one standing right at the top. I want us all to move together. I want us all to build something, a movement. And we are more than capable. We are more than capable. If I can be it, you definitely can. I'm telling you, if you knew me a few years back and the me today, they are two different people. Completely different people. All thanks to agility. All thanks to agile coaching. You see. And now, with all of what I have explained, the last thing that I'd like to say is that while you are, defining your space, you're defining your path as an agile coach, you also have so many options to specialize. You can specialize in consulting. You can specialize as a trainer, really. And training me would mean is I'm not only saying that you just have to be a trainer. Yes, you want to be delivering trainings, but you need to have all the competencies to successfully train. You can specialize as an organizational coach. You can specialize in mentoring and coaching people, like what Being Agile does, like one of our services. You can specialize in doing that, really. So if you need guidance on how to achieve any of these things or to specialize on anything, again, through our Agile Coaches Mentoring Program, you can definitely achieve that. You can. Okay. Thank you so very much. That'll be it. So let me quickly take questions. I hope that was helpful. If you have any question, please, now is the time. Drop your questions. I'll go through all the questions, and I don't want to be the only one talking here because, as you all know, I'm just Karen, your favorite Agile Evangelist who doesn't know it all. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. As I put the questions on the screen, please make sure that you're also sharing your thoughts in the comment section. Let's just bounce ideas. Would you mind sharing a career path of a Scrum Master if he or she doesn't want to become an Agile coach? Yes. Sorts. Yes, definitely. I see Adeyemi already, provided some ideas, which is amazing. Yes, you don't necessarily have to become an Agile coach only. You can become a release train engineer. And with release train engineer, the pay also is amazing. I don't really want to focus on the pay really because the way my brain function, I only see money as a reward to the impact you're already creating, the fulfillment you're already getting doing something. Yeah, money is important. Don't get me wrong. Very important. We all love it. I do love it. But at the same time, I focus rather on on what is in it. Money is really just a compensation of what is in it. If that makes sense. So yes, release train engineer can be a really fulfilling career. As a release train engineer, you can go through skilled agile to become a release train engineer. That is if you want to get some certification as a release train engineer. So what you do as a release train engineer is you really focus more on delivery. You focus more on delivery. You partner with Scrum Masters and leadership. So you are the middleman between leadership and Scrum Masters or Scrum Masters to ensure that they are delivering their quarterly plan as expected. That's what you do. You can also become a product owner. Product owner, I think the pay of a product owner is just slightly above the pay of a Scrum Master. So, but yes, as a product owner, you are the voice of the customer. So you represent the customer and the team. That's who you are. You are really the voice of the customer and you're the voice of the business. So you own the what. That's why they call you product owner. You own the what, and then the team owns the how. You can also become a program manager, a delivery manager, though, even though some organizations call Scrum Masters delivery manager. But yeah, delivery manager also is seen as a one step above the role of a Scrum Master. Project manager, to me, I see project manager as lower than a Scrum Master. So that's why I say I'm not even mentioning project management. I mean, for real, what project management is really all about. It's really below. For me, it's below. I used to be a project manager before becoming a Scrum Master. I'm actually PMP certified. So I know I'm actually a member of PMI Minnesota. I'm a member of the global PMI. So I know what I'm talking about. That's, I mean, based on my own experience, but I can only speak around my own experience. You can also become a TPM, a technical program manager. I mean, there's just so much you can become. Yeah, so those are the different things that you can look into for career progression. And then even as a Scrum Master, there are different levels of Scrum Mastering. Really, there are really different levels and different pay grades that comes with each level. So it really depends on the experience, and then you can, be these different levels. I see organizational structure. There's Scrum Master roles, a Scrum Master 1, Scrum Master 2. Is it worth getting the PMP certification? Not, I would say that no knowledge is ever useless. That's really me. No knowledge is useless. And let's all face fact. That these days, because Agile has been diluted to a point where we cannot even keep track anymore. Now you see organizations are now asking, most of the jobs you see out there, Agile project manager, Scrum Master project manager, Scrum Master project manager, Scrum Master project manager, Agilist, all of that. So yes, I think my PMP was valuable because it really helped me understand a lot of different things. Even though it wasn't really not every of those things were applicable from a Scrum perspective, but it was definitely applicable from a leadership, organizational, product building perspective. So yes, please do. If you can, if you have the resources and you have the time, feel free to take your PMP certification if you want to. But I wouldn't say it's a necessity to serve in the Agile space. I wouldn't say that. All right, let's take this other question. Achieving full proficiency as a Scrum Master Agile professional requires time. Definitely. Olawale, yes, definitely. I agree with you. Requires time. If you jump up, there's the same way you will fall on the ground if you don't actually apply patience. If you don't apply patience to do it right, the same way you fly up is the same way you will fall on the ground, unfortunately. That's just the truth. Relindis, good to hear from you, Relindis. It's been a long time. Good to hear from you. All right, yes. Adeyemi said, thanks for your word of wisdom. I appreciate you too, Adeyemi. True, a lot of noise about there with beautiful, attractive flyers. Yeah, true, Esther. Yes, I agree with you. Let's see this one. You can progress to a release train engineer or agile delivery manager. Yes, Adeyemi, I totally agree with you. Also a program delivery manager. Yes, I totally agree with you. Soon to be a coach and mentor. Yes, Nancy. So Nancy also, she is already a Scrum Master, working as a Scrum Master, and she is currently going through our Agile Coaches mentoring program. And I cannot have any better student than her. She's just fantastic. She's just amazing. So yeah, she's currently going through the Agile Coaches mentoring program, and I really appreciate that opportunity to be coaching her. So that's pretty much it. I don't see any more questions here because I don't see any more questions on. I'm talking about YouTube, TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to learn how to do all these other platforms at the same time. So I completely forgot about my TikTok people. But thank you so much for watching TikTok. I see over 370 something people on TikTok. Wow, that's good. Thank you, team. That's all. That's all. So please, if you have questions, reach out, send us an email, call us. And before I go, we have our upcoming Scrum Master training. It was supposed to start on Tuesday, but because priorities shifted, now the class has been moved to start on the 7th. So if you're just starting off in this space as a Scrum Master, you want to make sure that your 2024 turns out amazing, and you want to defeat procrastination, visit our website and learn more about our Scrum Master training. Okay? Enroll. If you have questions on which of the programs to take, please let us know. So sign up and we will train you, build you to understand the concepts, and then you'll be eligible to go validate your understanding through a certification, taking a certification through scrum.org. That's a certification we recommend, and we have our reasons for recommending that. I love the other ones, which I do have, but again, the program we offer, we usually recommend the Scrum.org certification. If you're already certified, you already have the knowledge. You see, I'm not only talking about certification, because certification can be very, very misleading. So if you're already certified, you already have the knowledge, and then you want to close that gap between just certification and understanding what it takes to land a job and be successful on the job. Our level 2 program is for that purpose. So visit our website and learn about our level 2 program and enroll. With level 2, you can start whenever you are ready. And to say ready, it means that you're ready to commit. You're ready to be consistent. You're ready to follow direction. Because this thing is a partnership. It's not only me or other coaches doing it for you. No. We can only teach you. We cannot understand it for you. So for you to be able to get it, you will need to play your own part. And to say that you can successfully play your own part is to say you're ready to do these 3 things. Be committed, be consistent, be able to follow direction within the 2 months of your program. Again, I understand life happens, but with all of that factored in, you should be able to stay true to your learning within the 2 months. So yeah, that's it. If you're already working as a Scrum Master, you're struggling with your role, you want to really deliver more value, or you're not even sure what you're doing, maybe the confidence you don't even have, our level 3 program is for you. A level 3 program is for professionals, Scrum Masters, Agile coaches that are already on the ground. They need support. That is a more of one-on-one setup. We partner with you and you have sessions every week for 2 months, really guide you so that you're really delivering the value you're being paid to deliver in your organization. We also do LinkedIn resume services, all of that. We also offer SAFE certification for Scrum Masters, SAFE certification for product owners, SAFE certification for team leads. So that's one of our new services that we added a few months ago, and it's doing amazing. So that is only a 2-day training. It's not a mentoring program. We are going by the curriculum. It's not our own customized design training. No, we are going by the curriculum of Scaled Agile. And after that training, Scaled Agile you have the ability to be a member of their community for 1 year. If you take that program, you see, so you have the ability to be a member of their community for 1 year, and it's only a 2-day program, and you earn your certification. That's it for today, everybody. We finally used 9 more minutes. I apologize for that. I will work more on my time management skills. Thank you all so much. I hope you really found value in this. I hope I didn't waste my time here. And I really appreciate that you connected, even though it was just a few hours' notice. And I hope that this will help you as you plan your 2024. Let's keep learning together. Let's keep winning together. Let's keep figuring it out together. That's the most important thing. Let's keep figuring it out together because nobody knows though. Nobody. So what matters is your intention. Let's keep figuring it out and learning together. Thank you. I love you all and I hope to talk to you one more time this year before, I mean life though, this year before we cross over to 2024. Before I go, please, if you have not subscribed to our backup channel, you know we have a backup channel, Being Agile Consulting Remix. If you look it up here on YouTube, you'll find it, the same logo, the same everything, Being Agile Consulting Remix. There we share more of practical videos, practical. So if you're not there, you're definitely missing out. So please look it up, subscribe to the channel so that you're not missing out on all the practical free stuff we provide there. Really, it's actually really free now because the channel doesn't have up to the number of views that is required to have the membership subscription program attached to it. So right now all of the wonderful valuable content is really all there for free right now, you see. So please take advantage while it lasts. An account, do you give trainings on product ownership for scaled agile though? For safe? Yes, we have a safe program for product owners, not the traditional safe. Just so you know, yes, visit our website and learn more about it. If you have questions, please feel free to call, text, email, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. All right, everybody, thank you and bye-bye.